Hey folks, and welcome back to Fishing with Den. Right, well today I'm just having a bit of a practice day down at a local pond. Wind's pretty strong, it's coming sort of straight at me, so I'm fishing up a corner trying to get out of the wind, and it is expected to get stronger later, so hopefully we'll catch a few fish. Now this was badly affected by the floods. I don't know if you can see along here, but it's a scene of devastation behind me. The floods came straight down the valley and really tore this place up completely. So I've put a fish finder in, the castable one, and got some ideas. It's about 9 or 10 feet deep, close to that bank over there. Comes down, shallows up a little bit, then it goes deeper here, and then it shallows up a bit. So I've got a sort of an area where there's a bit of a hollow. I'm going to fish that, and I'm only going to fish, I think it's the top 2 plus 3 or maybe 4, but 8-9 meters, that sort of thing. I've got that depth there, which is 6 feet, and obviously it's winter, so even though I've not got a coat on because it's quite nice down here, so I'm going to feed through the pot. I'm going to feed very sparingly, and I've got an idea of exactly how to do this, but whether it works this time I really don't know. You saw last week's video when I was fishing the club match and I made a total mess of it, so I've come down here. I'm fishing lighter, even though I've got the same sort of depth for the sort of internal swim, the one that was off to the right. Look, the only thing I can do is get started and see what happens. So I've got a size 14 hook on. The bottom for me is actually quite light. It's only an 0.20. I know in England you'd be probably horrified by the fact that I'm doing that in the middle of winter, but over here doesn't seem to be an issue. Right, just a very few bits of corn in a tiny pot, bit of pellets, and as I say, let's just see if it's a top 3 or a top 4. I can't remember because I was just talking to the owner and I lost track of where I was going. So top 2 plus 3 out to that point there, and just put them in, and that's it. We're gonna go with that. We're gonna have a cup of tea, and as usual I'll wait until the fish start to feed a bit and I'll get back to you at that point. Well, that's not too bad, is it? First chuck, and I was still messing around with the camera trying to get that to work, and the float went under. Oh no, it's not going to be another one of those matches, is it? Or in this case a day where they just keep falling off. No. Right, I'll get this untangled, I'll get back to you. Well, that's new. I know you can't see that, but I've been bitten off. So I think it was an eel, because they have teeth down here. Well, not teeth, a rasping pad, but I've got no hook, so it didn't fall off. At least that's something. I'll change the hook and we'll get back out there and try again. Okay, got a new hook on. Put a little bit of bait into the pot. Let's get out there again and see if we can actually end up with one in the net this time. It's a good sign that it went under, even if I was doing the camera at the time. Let's put those in. Right, this time we'll see if we can show you the bite. Well, looks like that first bite might have been a bit premature, even though it was probably an eel. I've been in there for about another 10 minutes and haven't had anything yet, and the wind's just starting to get up now. It's causing me a bit of havoc with the pole tip, so I may need to rethink what I'm doing, and that's obviously, as I said, why I haven't gone out much further. That sort of 8 meters or so today is plenty, but we'll see how we go. I'm going to have to do something about the control because it's not great at the moment, but we'll see. Oh, and by the way, in case you're wondering why there's a huge amount of ground bait down there, no, I'm not going to use it today. It was lying in the freezer and I thought, oh, might try a little bit of ground bait, but literally that's what I'd got, so that's what I bought with me. So don't go worrying about the fact that I've got massive amounts of bait in the winter. I'm not going to use it. I tried to bring my rig in, and I've got snagged up on the bottom. Ugh. Some days there's a lot of rocks down there, but I don't know if I'm under one. That's second chuck, and I'm going nowhere fast. Probably gonna have to pull for a break. This ain't going well, is it? Let's see if we can just dislodge it first of all. Nope, that is not coming off, so probably down another hook in 2 casts. Nope. Right, well, only thing for it then is to pull for a break, I suppose. Oh, did that come off then? No. Oh well. Be careful when you do this kind of thing, guys, because it can get dangerous. I've seen so many people with floats embedded in their fingers because of this sort of thing. You just need a damping mechanism to stop it and be ready to let go. And make sure it's not pointing anywhere near your eyes. Right, there we go. May not be the most elegant thing I've ever done, but it's at least safe. And I'm probably going to need another hook about now. Oh, come on, Den, come on. Time to have a decent day again. Oh, we got the hook back. A little bit bent, but we got it back. So there's obviously a snag down there. I'll put it back into shape. I'm just going to use it because it is only a practice day. Wouldn't do this on a match, but there we go. It's only slightly out of shape. Ah, well, I don't know what I've got to do to have a decent day at the moment. It's all a bit up and down, isn't it? Okay, might as well put a bit of bait out there as well. I'm trying not to get snagged up on the bottom this time. Right, come on then, get a grip. Now what's going on? It's slipped now. Do you know, some days I start to wonder if it's all worth it. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, yay. Now that feels like a carp. I don't know how big it is, but it feels like a carp anyway. I'm using the 14 slick elastic in case you're wondering. The only thing is, I don't know if you can see all the tree stumps down there. There could be all sorts of snags down in this swim because the flood's deposited it. So you have to be a little bit careful as we come in. Yeah, it's definitely a carp. I've seen it this time. At least it's not an eel. Pretty small carp too. Well, say small, couple of pound I suppose. Look at that. just inside his mouth. Barbless hook. You know, I can't get it out, but there we go. First fish. As I said, I'm going to feed my way in really gently. Still got the single piece of corn on the hook, and just a few, very few of each pellets and corn, and hopefully that signals the start of 1 or 2 bites. Wind's getting a bit of an issue at times, a bit gusty. Alright, where are we? Right there, I think. Oh, thumb's playing up already. And I forgot the backrest today as well. So that's why this is going in the water a lot. Making a right pig's ear of it as usual then. Left the backrest on the shelf. Never mind. Alright, well, not much going on down there, so because it's a practice day, I'm going to try something different, and that is to just put a small amount of ground bait in. Oops, wrong way, but anyway, small amount of ground bait in. Probably put one more ball in just now, tiny little thing from the punch, and just see if that helps. I've noticed in this place before it does, so let's see how we go. And then I'll have a cup of tea and some lunch, I think, because I didn't arrive here until about 11:30, because obviously being in the middle of winter you don't want to be going early in the morning. Well, at least I don't anyway. Right, time for tea then. Well, that isn't working. Not much working today, is there? So I'm just going to try a piece of punch bread on the hook. Just an 8mm piece of bread, and see how that goes. Just keep ringing the changes just to see if it changes anything by way of bites. At least it's a nice day. Still a bit chilly, but yeah, not bad. Right, well, I'm going nowhere fast like this, so again I'm going to try something different. Bit desperation this time, and I'm partly wondering if it's because I'm fishing in the deepest area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some bait in that area, in exactly where my hook's going to be, and to do that I'm going to use the smallest of my bait droppers. Just make sure I don't obstruct the lid. These things, you've seen them before. Goes in, that hits the bottom, gate opens, and that's it, we're ready to go. So I'll just put this together, see how that goes, and I'll give it a short while, but I think then the plan, whoops, stand up with your battery attached in. The plan would be to try somewhere a little bit shallower. There is a shelf just off to my right, so it might just be that that's what they're doing today. With the water being colder in the deeps, the shallows or shallower areas may well be where we need to be looking. Right, that's got bait in down there. Oops. If you haven't seen these bait droppers before, I know that those of you who watch the channel regularly will have seen them, but as you can see, this gate has opened and dumped the bait exactly where I'm going to be fishing. Very simple and straightforward, a very ancient way of doing things, but hey, it works and I ain't complaining. So I'll give it a short while like that, and then I may well set up a rig for going down the shallower area down here and just see if that works. All a learning curve, guys, all a learning curve. Probably take a short while. Obviously we just dumped a load of bait down there, but we'll see. Better to be doing it now than on a match, because if I make a mess of this, it doesn't cost me anything. GoPro, start recording. Well, bit of a bounce, followed by a bit of a gazunder. And that was after about 15 minutes since I put that bait dropper full in. So, is it coincidence? Who knows? Come on, fish. But it's a good sign, isn't it? Not the biggest one in the world. Oh. Blew it. Caught behind me. And he's actually swallowed it. Wow. Sort it out a bit. There we are. I was just missing it. Ah, it's two fish anyway. Yeah. There's me been fishing on one small piece of corn, and that time I was fishing with two large pieces of corn. And that's what I caught it on. Just goes to show, doesn't it? Even though it's really cold, the water temperature is 12 degrees, you can still have days where they want a bigger bait. Whoops. Ouch. Don't get old, guys, it ain't much fun. See if we can get another one. Oh, and well, yeah, I'm recording, so definite bob as soon as it hit the bottom there. Still bobbing now, look. The wind's calmed down, which is great. Oh, and is it going to go? Come on. Bobbing and bobbing. Yes. Well, that was better. Feels like a bigger fish. Kind of gone down deep, look. Okay. This is different. Wow. Got the elastic stretching a good ways. Very sluggish. I wonder how big this is. Caught in those reeds again. Need to be careful, we've got that old tree down there. Well, I don't know. It's almost like having a big bream on, except we don't have bream in here. Keep him away from there. Right. More fish. It's definitely bigger than the other two, isn't he? No, it's definitely a carp too. Just for a while there I wasn't sure if it was an eel. certainly woken up, hasn't he? Doesn't want to come in at all. Come on. I haven't even seen him properly yet. Just got one flash of his side. He's fighting well now though, isn't he? I think we'll feed again after this with the bait dropper. There we go. Come on. He doesn't want to give up. It's almost like summer. Okay, I think we're getting there now. Yay. Well, that's not a bad fish, is it? Oh. And it's actually pregnant. Not all that much, but there's definitely some spawn in there. I'll show you. Get him out. See the belly on that? Or she, or we, or whatever. But yeah, pleased about that. Get some more feed in, eh? Okay, so same as before, as I said then, we'll put a bait dropper full in. This is my smallest bait dropper. Don't want to go too mad today. Just get some pellets and some corn. Maybe a few more pellets. You've got to be careful you don't jam the lid up because then it won't open. And as long as that's nice slack fit, you've cracked it. Right, don't worry, it won't come open just yet. It's got to hit the bottom before it does that. I don't want to stand up because I'm still connected to the battery on the audio there. Right, so drop him in, hits the bottom, empties, and there we are. Keep getting stuck in that reed bed. It's those big strandy reeds. I don't think you can see any from the camera, but again you can see it's opened out quite nicely, this. If any of you got 3D printers, I have actually done a version of this on Thingiverse, so you can always go on there and have a look. We'll go back and try bread again. 2 of them, and these are the 10mm ones. As I say, sometimes they don't always want small baits and whatever. Sometimes, even in the winter, they do want a little bit of bait. Or a bit more bait, should I say. And this is actually quite pleasant there. Well, there's a bit of a cloud coming over, so shouldn't speak too soon, Den. Right. I'm hoping I'm catching this on the camcorder, but to be honest, I couldn't really see too well, even though it was zoomed in earlier on. That's a good bite. Again, it's not a big one, but at least I'm getting some. And those flipping thing, those bait dropper falls seem to be doing the deal. Where is it? There we are. The thing you've got to be careful, of course, is that you don't put too much bait in, because it is winter, and that's the trick, isn't it? Knowing what is too much and what is just that enough. A couple of pounds, I suppose. Nice enough fish, look. What's that for? Well, we're catching a few now. Might as well stay on the same thing, a couple of pieces of punch bread. Excuse me. That was a proper bite as well. After that match last week, I was starting to get concerned about what am I doing wrong, because I just couldn't hit anything, as you probably saw if you watched the video. And if I did hit it, it fell off. So today's a bit of a confidence booster for that. I know that eel came off at the start, but you can't account for something chewing your hook off, can you? I won't feed for a short while now and just see if we start to put a few bites together, and then I'll think about maybe just trickling a little bit of bait in, just trying different things. As I said, I had that fish, and then I decided that for a short while I'd feed sparingly. So I did, you know, just 2 or 3 bits of corn and 2 or 3 pellets at a time, and I've literally had nothing. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to put another bait dropper full in, see if that works. Maybe they just want a lump of bait at a time. It brings in 1 fish, that scoops it all up, and then you get a bite, and that's the end of it. So no more bait, no more fish. Well, that's the theory anyway. We'll try this bait dropper full now and see what happens. You didn't see it, but I just missed one. Literally, that bait dropper full has been in for probably 3 or 4 minutes. I didn't have time to tell the camera to do its thing before I struck, and I still missed it. Proper bite though, straight under. But again, there is obviously a fish down there, or at least there was until I struck. So I'm hoping there'll be another one. I've had a few bobs and dips and things out of that feeder full, or bait dropper full. Didn't actually get a bite, so I put another one in just to see, just a second ago. And literally, the float settled and it did that. So there are fish down there. Just wondering how to catch them is all. They do seem to come in, probably mop it all up and then disappear, but there you go, look, there's a bob. Hasn't it gone calm now as well though, eh? It's getting a bit later in the afternoon, but really nice now. Might stay on for a short while. I'd definitely stay on for a short while if I could catch some. I don't know, what is it now, 4 or 5 fish? And in the winter when it's really cold, I suppose that's not too shabby at all. The water, that is. The day's actually not bad. Oh, there we go. That's got to be a bite, surely. Yeah, it's doing that. It's not like liners where they go like that. This is just bouncing. It's kind of, it just, yay! We got one. Yep, that's what I say. It makes your heart skip a beat, doesn't it? Yeah. Right, it's only a small one, this one though. Yeah. Look at that, smallest one today.
Yep, it looks like a little copper back.
It's actually a goldfish, would you believe?
Oh my gosh, that is a goldfish?
Yeah, but it's a goldfish which has lost its colouring over the years.
And it's a
You see?
one.
Whoops. Nearly. Oh, I mean, do you see it bounce then?
Yeah.
Did that?
Yeah.
And again, ready?
Oh.
And yay!
I believe you dropped the goldfish again.
Well, who knows? I don't care if it is or it isn't. Yeah, this one's bigger.
Oh my gosh, that is bigger. That elastic is going crazy.
Oops, sorry. You alright? Did I get you?
No.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that is big.
It's bigger, isn't it? It's not as big as some I've had, but it's quite a nice fish.
There.
Yep, there we go,
Oh
look.
my gosh,
There we are.
that freaked me out.
Right.
Oh, yep, that's a carp. That's a carp.
There we go. That's a carp.
Yep.
Hey, there we go. Well, we're catching it. You've brought me luck.
Yeah.
Okay, well, had a few fish in the end. I mean, it wasn't setting the world alight, but had a few fish. Been a nice day. As you saw, the young fella talking to me there, he belongs to the owner, and the owner's just up behind me. He came down for a chat, and it's really actually been quite an enjoyable afternoon. I've maybe learned a little bit because I've been feeding the... oh, hang on. Thought I might have been a bite. I've been feeding with the bait dropper, and it does seem that you put that small amount of bait in there and it brings in an odd fish or two, and then you top it up again. Feeding with just a few sort of pellets or a few bits of corn through whatever means doesn't seem to do it. Ground bait also didn't seem to do it, so I don't know how much I've learned for the purposes of the match on Sunday, but it's given me maybe another string to my bow, and as I say, I've enjoyed it. Hope you did too, but that's it guys. Wifey's making the dinner, I gotta get home. So as I say, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, as always, click the button. If you want to subscribe, feel free, and until the next time, bye for now.